welcome or welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a minute and a half since I have been here. Do I look different? I'm wearing my contacts, I'm wearing makeup, I did my little wings. I have been going through a time the past few months and I really wanted to get back to my normal self. It's funny, like, you guys obviously haven't seen me. I've only had this channel for like 2-ish years now, so you guys didn't know me when I was younger, obviously, and when I would like wear makeup and do things to feel good about myself, I guess. So let me just, a little rewind. There's a reason I'm wearing my contacts and my makeup and stuff again. So a few months ago, something happened in my life that triggered just like a lot of mental health things that I have always had, probably underlying, but this one specific event just really amplified them. And so I wanted to take a break from everything, pretty much, from YouTube, obviously from life, a lot of stuff. So I was just really focusing on getting myself back to normal. And I had gone to therapy before, but to help other people in my life, if that makes sense. Like, when I was younger, I went through some issues family-wise, and I never addressed that stuff. Instead, I became like a caretaker for other people and to try to help others and except for myself. So I never really, like, I didn't know how to enforce boundaries or any of that stuff. I'm not going to go on a tangent of this. I'm just kind of explaining where I've been really quickly the past few months. Yeah, so I never really knew how to like take care of myself. Not that I didn't know how to take care of myself. I'm a very independent person, but I would focus my attention on helping other people, and that's how I found my own self-worth and my value, was what can I do for other people, what can I do for animals, what can I do to help everybody else but myself. So I wasn't great at practicing my own self-care, and even like family members, like my dad's girlfriend, when I was going through this period of like depression, I was just moping around, and she was like, whoa, there really must be something wrong with you right now, because I've never seen you just sit still and like not do anything. And it's because I had to be like constantly doing something, constantly finding something to take care of, or someone to take care of, or an animal to take care of, something to do to distract myself from all my own issues. So bottom line is that I was diagnosed, I guess I could tell you guys what I was diagnosed with, in case anybody wants to reach out to me and I could offer some help, because I know what it's like. So I actually went to urgent care. In New Jersey, you can, I'm not sure if it's every location, but urgent care, you can actually get like a psych evaluation there, and they can help you with all that type of stuff. So I had gone there when it got really bad one day. I like ran into my sister's room, because the first thing on my mind, no matter what, is the ferrets. Obviously, they're the reason for me. They've saved me in many, many moments in my life. So the first thing that I did when it got really, really bad, I ran into my sister's room, and I was like, if I go to inpatient care, an inpatient program, will you please take care of the ferrets? And she's like, yeah, of course. But I ended up not going to something like that. I didn't feel that that was necessary, but I just needed to get my emotions under control. So I had gone to urgent care, and then I took like a depression screening type thing, and I scored very high. So they asked me if I wanted to try medication. At that point I needed to, because I had tried to figure it out on my own and it just wasn't helping, and I came to the conclusion that I probably should have been on some type of medication for a very long time, but this was just like the catalyst that I needed to really push me for it, because I'm very much so into holistic stuff, obviously, as I think most of you guys know, and so I try to solve everything on my own before turning to conventional like medicine and things like that. And I would always be like, I can figure this out on my own, like I'll just distract myself, you know, I'll just whatever, change my diet, exercise, this and that, and it didn't really do anything. Now I'm doing yoga actually, and that has made a huge change in my mental health, obviously in combination with therapy and the medication that I'm now on. But yeah, yoga, because I mean, who likes working out? Obviously some people, of course you do, but I don't. But yoga, I feel like, is a great middle ground, and you just like feel so good. So I hold a lot of my trauma in my back is what we concluded, my therapist and I, which is a real thing. Like you can actually hold your pain, stress, trauma in certain parts of your body. And so for me, doing yoga has helped my back immensely. I would make jokes like, the day I turned 24, I got old and my back started hurting all the time, but like I realized it was just from all the stress and trauma that I've had throughout my life. That's just where I hold it. So anyway, little tangent there, but yoga has been great for me, and I really, really enjoy it, and it has made me just feel less like stressed, less tense, less, I don't know, just makes you feel better. I was also diagnosed with ADHD, if you can't tell by that little that little tangent that I went on. So that's actually something that I'm trying to manage on my own rather than turning to medication. I do have medication for that, but that's something that I find actually helps me. It does hinder me a lot too, because it's hard for me to focus on specific things and get motivated to do specific things, and I just like shift my hobbies so sporadically and so quickly. But it also helps me a lot be more creative, so that's something I'm trying to manage on my own. But that's why it's hard for me to speak in a linear, like, straight line. I will tell a story or talk about something, then I'll jump back to the beginning, and I notice I do that constantly. So that was another thing I have. And I have OCD, which we figured out that stemmed from my childhood, when my first dog passed away when I was 8 years old. That triggered an OCD response in me, because I won't go into detail of what I do, just a lot of ritualistic things, and I'm so self-aware of it, but it just, when you feel that like feeling in your gut that something's not right, and you have to touch something a certain amount of times, or you have to close a door a certain amount of times, or check this or that, whatever, it's almost, even though you know it's like, it's not real, you still want to just do the ritual anyway, because the feeling of uncomfort in you is almost, it's worse than the inconvenience of having to keep repeating a task until it feels right. So, but I'm working on that too. It's so annoying, and especially being so self-aware of it, like, but you can't stop it. It's just so frustrating. So yeah, those are, and then I won't go into detail about the stuff that happened when I was younger, but just some other stuff. I have traits of some other like mental things, but they can be worked on through, obviously, you know, therapy and dialectual behavioral therapy. I think it's called DBT. So yeah, just want to give you guys a little detail update on that. That's where I've been. It was just working on my mental health. Obviously there's a lot more that ties into that. There's reasons behind all of these, you know, things that I have, but I'm not going to talk about it on here, but I am comfortable talking about it if anybody wants to message me on Instagram if you struggle with any type of mental illness or any mental things that you wanted to talk about or get advice on, or just, yeah, have somebody to relate to. You can DM me on Instagram at myfunkyferrets, and I would be more than happy to talk to you about it. And yeah, the ferrets are doing very well, thankfully, other than Toggy. I mean, he's doing well, but I brought him to the vet a few weeks, a week and a half ago actually, because he was showing hind leg weakness, only for like 2 or so days, but because of what happened with Miruku, that was the first symptom that he exhibited when he was very sick. I didn't want to take any chances, so I brought him in, and he does have insulinoma, which I kind of figured because he's 6 years old, and I've only had him for less than a year, and he was fed, you know, cheap cat food and unhealthy stuff his whole life, so I kind of figured that one. And they do think that he has cardiomyopathy, which is an enlarged heart. They're not sure what the cause of that is, but that does also happen a lot in ferrets that are older. So we put him on an antibiotic just to rule out any possible infections, and he was fine on that. He'll be started on prednisolone, and yeah, he's acting actually better. His legs seem to be doing much better, so that is all good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody else is doing great. Jinx her fur has grown. Oh, I actually didn't even talk about this on here. So I got her a melatonin implant, because melatonin, you can do it orally, you can do like supplements into their food, but you have to kind of do it around the same time each day and specific to sunrise and sunset. So it's hard to do if you are working, obviously. So I actually got her the melatonin implant you can do for adrenal disease. She was losing a lot of fur on her tail, on her little booty area, and it has grown back immensely. Like, she's so fluffy again. It's amazing. So Kitty Doe also has adrenals, so I just got him the melatonin implant maybe around a month ago, a little less, maybe 3 weeks to a month ago. And I haven't really noticed any differences with him yet with his fur, but it took like a full month and a half for me to see anything with Jinx, so I am just gonna wait and see what happens with him. Pina is great as always. She's my little troublemaker. She's annoying, but I love her to death. Yeah, and Toggy's doing well other than the leg stuff, but it seems to be resolved right now. Hopefully it'll continue to be stable. Yeah, so that's that. I haven't cleaned the room in here in like 3 months. I mean, I've cleaned it, obviously, like wee pads, and I've picked up food on the ground because that's stuff that you can't leave on the ground, but I haven't done like a deep cleaning or vacuumed in here in a very long time. So that is what I'm gonna do, just to help my own, obviously, mental health. You know, you always function better when things are clean, but I hate cleaning so much. But yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I am going to, that's it, I guess. Maybe I'll change the stuff in the cage. Obviously I've been changing their bedding because that gets gross, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And I just wanted to give you guys some updates. So like I said, if anybody wants to talk about any of this stuff, feel free to send me a DM, and I hope that you enjoy this little cleaning montage. Okay. So this is what the room looks like right now. It's pretty gross. I honestly could tell you guys that I have not cleaned in here in maybe like a few months. Yeah, I've obviously like picked up small amounts of stuff in here, but I haven't picked up, or I haven't vacuumed the rugs, I haven't cleaned the floor, and I really have not done much of anything, because when you are going through a really, you know, dark mental place, obviously I've been cleaning like the wee pads and stuff, even though it doesn't look like it, because if I didn't clean that in months, it would be absolutely disgusting. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely due for cleaning, and now that I'm finally feeling better, now is the time, and I thought, why not make it a video? I've obviously been like cleaning stuff in here. With Toggy's back legs, he's now pooping down here, even though they've been trained consistently to go up here. It's been getting a little harder for him to go up and down the ramps, so I had to put a wee pad down there, and he goes there, but I honestly don't care. His overall health and happiness is more important than the inconvenience of there being poop down there. Here, yeah, like even my little, this area is just gross. Jinxie. Can't see my address. Yeah, so this is from when I had my little New Year's party with just me and the Ferrets. I made myself a Moscow Mule. You guys maybe don't know what that is if you're younger. It's an alcoholic beverage. I am 25 years old, so I am obviously legally allowed to drink. And I just had a little celebration by myself. I filmed a whole video actually on that, but I ended up not posting it. I'll give you a little clip of me drinking my Moscow Mule. I made it way too strong, and I'll show you guys that. But oh my god, I put a little bit much in there. I bought this space heater down here because that's my coffee. Space heater because it gets really cold down here because of this window, even though it's closed all the time now. It's like a little bit of air gets in, and it is really cold in New Jersey. So yeah, that's what the room looks like right now, and I'm going to do a big fat cleaning for you guys, for myself, for the ferrets, and I will show you guys that. Okay, this is the final final room. Can you tell that I kind of didn't feel like doing everything? I didn't change these wee wee pads, or I changed the one. Oh, Katie Joe's pooping. Because I didn't want to waste those because they weren't that dirty. I didn't finish the cage, but whatever. I organized this little area a little bit. My little sister Mia will not let me get rid of that bear, so it's here to stay forever. Toggy is making so much noise in this video. But he's so handsome, so it's okay. We don't mind. He's very handsome. You can see where he got shaved. He had to get his blood taken, like I said before. My chunky girl. Oh, so can you tell? Look how fluffy she is. I love it. That big booty. You can see her little white tip on the end of her tail, which I loved that about her when she was a baby. And now she's my old lady and she's nice and fluffy. Yeah, organized their little area. I got them one of these, but they don't care about it. They don't really know how to use it. They're too spoiled. They don't know how to fight for their food. See, Kirito, his fur is going back a little bit, but it's not where it should be. Weensy girl, oh, there she goes. I don't even know how she possibly found that. I put that in here specifically so it would be a little bit more difficult for her to find, but she found it already. Hi, poo-poo girl. Hi, poo-poo girl. I cleaned this area. I cleaned this area. And now they're hungry because this is where they eat, right here, but it's not time for dinner yet. So sorry. Yeah. So that is that. Definitely cleaner than before. Eventually I do want to combine these two cages. They don't spend any time in the cage though. This is still stuff that has Midiku's fur on it that I still haven't taken out. That's not my favorite thing to do, but in time. So yeah, that is my depression room cleanup. I hope that you guys like this video. I'm really happy to be back and filming stuff again, and I have a bunch more ideas coming your way. So hopefully I'll be posting normal schedule. I don't even know if I have a schedule anymore, but I will hopefully be back posting videos for you guys. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great new year. Happy 2022. All right, bye.